Do you want to know one of the few things that get me mad about journaling? Here, let me tell you. It's having a Hobonichi and not knowing what the to do with the pages. That irks me. I don't know why, because I want to use the Hobonichi planners so badly. And then sometimes I'm like, well, I don't know what to use these pages for. So like you're on Google and you're like, da-da-da, what are some good ideas? And they just give you like a list of ideas, but nobody shows you. And I'm a visual kind of person. So that's what we're here to do. So what's going on, guys? My name is Bryant, also known as That Journaling Guy. And today I'm going to show you 10 ways that you could use the monthly view page in your Hobonichis. Now, before we get started, a lot of the little stickers you're going to see here are for my sticker shop, Screen and Quill, which I am very happy that is reopened. So if you ever wanted to support me or this channel, or both of us, I guess, since I guess both of us, make sure to check the link below, where you can get a little bit of a discount on your first order. And if you do order some stickers, I really appreciate you. I'm going to be doing things like digital journals, digital stickers, physical stickers, and some Notion templates in the coming future. So make sure to keep a lookout on that. Now, the way this video is set up is a little weird too. So I just want to say that in the sense that I have my physical journals to show you, the ones that I did, but I'm actually going to be using the Zinnia app on my iPad to show you these ideas, because I felt like I would be able to use more stickers, I'd be able to decorate a little bit more, and it would be a better visualization for you guys, right? So what we're going to see is just half pages in a Hobonichi week, but I think it'll give you a relatively good idea of what I mean, or like how you can use these pages. So way number one that you could use your Hobonichi pages is as a memory journal, as a memory tracker. So kind of take this as a way of documenting your best win of the day, the highlight of your day, right? You go in, and it can literally be just a tiny little sentence like, this is how this journal would work. Today was a fun day, finally home after a lot of tracking. Nothing interesting today, just some gaming and Red Robin meal. You know, little things like that. Hit a PR of 225 in the bench, couldn't be more excited. This is just an example, but what you want to do with your memory journal is just take your best highlight of the day, write down a quick little sentence, add some stickers that kind of signify what you did in that day, kind of show what you did, and that's it. I feel like this is a really good way to journal without it being too time consuming. It's a really good way to just keep track of really fond memories. I've seen a lot of people who draw in these to kind of portray the highlight of their day too. So let's say you went for a run, you could draw like a sneaker, or like you played video games, you could draw a controller, went to see a movie. I used to do that really often in another one of my journals too. But a memory journal is a quick and easy way to just keep track of the highlights of your life. A lot of fun, super easy. And this is just an idea of how it would look in a Hobonichi weeks. Obviously it'd be on both sides, but you got the stickers, and you know, you don't have to be confined to each day if you don't want. There's a lot of people that kind of just go use it in columns too. Okay, I'm gonna see if I can try to find a picture to show you. If there's no picture, then I couldn't find one, but they just use the columns too to write out what they did each day, just put the date. So that's also a possibility. I currently don't use the monthly pages to do a daily highlight. I've actually decided to like, to kind of just use one side of my journal, like for the daily stuff. Let's see if I can show you. See? So I'll do my highlight right there. I'll do what I'm grateful for on the left-hand side. So like on Monday, I was like, I'm grateful to have an AC and a bed to sleep in. Honestly, you got to take the little things. I am very grateful. It was very hot. So very nice. And then just gamed, had some junk food, nothing to do but exist. That was like the highlight of that day. That's okay. You know, not every day needs to be super productive, super eventful, super highlight, but that's how I use my current Hobonichi weeks in my personal journal. Then at the end of the week, right here, I just recap the best parts of the week. So you can do something like that with your monthly view. Same thing. You can do almost exactly the same thing. Okay, fun. Idea number two is the reading journal. So this is how I'm currently using another Hobonichi Weeks. I'll be right back. So this is currently how I'm using my Hobonichi Weeks. Another one that I bought that's specifically my reading journal for 2024, right, is you're going to jot down how much you are reading per day and how much time. So the top highlighted section, which you would denote on the left-hand bar, would be what book you're reading. So pink, let's say you're reading A Court of Thorns and Roses, right? So you know pink is that. Then blue would be Mist and Fury, right? A Court of Mist and Fury. That's the second one. You finish that. And that way you not only keep track of what book you're reading, right? But you also keep track of when you finish it. You'll keep track of how many pages you're reading per day and how long it's taking you to read those pages. There's a lot of statistics that you can figure out with that. You could even probably find out like your average reading pace per hour using like this kind of stuff, right? Not only that, I ended up splitting some of the days in pages and minutes because I like to listen to audiobooks as well. I actually like my current rotation, the way my reading style works is I have one physical journal, one ebook, and one audiobook that I always have in rotation. That's what I'm reading at all times. I have a book near me that I'm trying to finish at some point in time. So a way that you can track that separate kind of book is like you cut the day in half. You could track the amount of minutes you listen to, and then on the other side you track the amount of pages that you read physically if you read both things. So to give you an idea of how that looks, actually you can see it here. So I have the days, right, where I'm reading, how many pages. I have the audiobooks on the side here. I have the books that I'm reading. So this was House of Earth and Blood, Think Again, 168 hours. Then at the end of the week here, I have how many pages I read, how many total minutes I was listening, how many minutes I was reading, and the amount of books that I finished. That's how you could use the monthly pages in any of your Hobonichis if you decide that you want to do a reading tracker within them. If you don't know what to do, again, this video is like, I don't know what to do. I need some ideas. These are some of the ideas that I came up with that I think you could find super useful. And this has been great to visualize my habit of reading. Like there's nothing worse than like not having a day where you haven't read and it's just a big blank like box. It irks me. That's one of the best things about having the Hobonichis is like missing a day. You're going to feel like shit. I don't know what that says about me, but I hate seeing that little blank box. So I'm just like, yeah, we got to read. We got to read 10. I don't care if it's 10 pages, literally like in here. Sometimes I'll just have like 5 pages read. I don't care. I read, so I could put it in my journal and it pushes you, right? It's a good way to just enhance your reading habit and enhance the hobby. So I think it's just going to encourage like consistent reading. It's a fun tracker to have. So that's idea number 2. Idea number 3, we have gratitude journaling. Now, I just showed you, I use my weekly view where I cut a little third of the daily box, and that's where I put what I'm grateful for every day. You can use the monthly view to do that. Again, one sentence. It doesn't need to be something crazy, but I think like I really never used to be a believer in gratitude journaling. Like I thought it was dumb, but the reality of it is that it's just, I've seen a huge improvement in my mental health and like my emotional well-being, just sitting down and practicing gratitude in general. It's just going to increase my positivity. Like it increases my outlook in life. I feel like I'm just more optimistic when I sit down and practice gratitude. Something as simple as saying, I'm grateful for indoor plumbing. I don't know, this is a joke. This isn't my actual what I'm grateful for. But there are plenty of things in your everyday life that I don't think you particularly take into consideration, like how lucky we are to have it, right? The fact that you can see me on this little screen talking to you about how we can journal, that's insane. Like that's huge. So practicing gratitude, I've seen amazing benefits. I would like to make an entire video on why you should practice gratitude, how you could have a gratitude journal. But the gratitude habit that I currently have, is this. Just take a third, one sentence a day, what I'm grateful for, go back at the end of the week, read it. It's just gonna overall enhance your mood, your perspective on life, enhance your emotional and mental well-being. Practice a little gratitude. That's another way that you can use the monthly view. Way number 4, mood journaling. Okay, I think as humans, okay, and this is one of those ones that I actually don't do in a journal. I kind of do, but not to this extent. I actually do it in an application, right? In the application, I use an app called Daily Bean, which every day I go in and I put one of these faces. Essentially, it's just little tiny faces. And in this app, same as this, every day I go in and I either put a crying face, a neutral face, a happy face. It's within a range of -2 to +2. -2 being you had a really bad day, 2 being you had an amazing day, right? Another thing, I never thought mood journaling or mood tracking was necessarily important. I didn't really care about it. Until I realized, and I did a little bit more research, and I realized that people are just really bad at understanding their own happiness, right? I think we don't have an objective perspective whether we're happy or not. And what do I mean by that? I mean, we could have a really good week, and then one thing will happen in that week that'll throw it all off. And in your mind, you're like, shit, I had a fucking awful week. This was garbage. Not necessarily true. The way I use the Daily Bean Journal, and there's even a video that Matt Diavella made, which I'll kind of link below because I'm actually currently doing that experiment as well, is that he went and I believe he did an Excel sheet for a little bit and he graded his day from -2 to 2. Like I said, -2 being the worst, 2 being the best. And at the end of the day, he averaged all of his numbers. If it's above 0, objectively speaking, he's happy. If it was below 0, he was unhappy, right? I think using a mood journal or mood tracker like this is a really good way to step outside of yourself, step outside of the bad moments and tell yourself, am I really happy? Am I really sad? And containing it to the day instead of expanding that horizon to a weekly or monthly view, right? Really helps you check in with yourself more, right? Another thing that you could do with the mood journaling is check the days that you were sad, right? For somebody who suffers from depression or anxiety, it's a good way to reflect on the day. Why was I sad? And identify things like triggers for your anxiety, which you would have maybe a completely different tracker. But I think looking back at your month, being more present and intentional about your mental health and your well-being and seeing it like this is a really good way to find the pain points and kind of change, course correct, see what needs to change, see what happened that made your day worse and fix it. Mood journaling, I'm a big fan of mood journaling now. I'm going to make a video about my happiness in general after a year of tracking. So I have a lot of fun statistics, but Matt Diavella's video was amazing. Highly recommend checking it out. The next idea that we have is a language tracker. So if you don't know, I'm currently learning Korean. It's one of my goals for the year and I'm hoping to make a video. I'm currently making a video about it, but this is how I use my Hobonichi Hon. This is how I use my monthly view to track the activities that I'm using to learn Korean. So let's go in. First, we break up each section into categories. So each highlight, I use my mild liners to go in. The things I take into consideration, like the activities, are watching YouTube videos, working out of a workbook. So I use Talk to Me in Korean. I use their workbooks and their textbooks. Duolingo, which I try to log in as much as I can and practice some phrases, stuff like that. Reading, still at a very beginner level for me currently. Netflix, watching K-dramas like Crash Landing on You and shows like that, okay? And then listening to podcasts. I listen to a lot of podcasts, sometimes just having it in my ear passively, listening to it and then reciting. I may not know what I'm saying, but I'm practicing my pronunciation and stuff. So that's also an activity that I track. You go into each day and you go in and kind of track how much you were actively practicing the language, right? I don't want any of this to be passive. Sit down, take out your book, start writing, start actually learning. You need to be intentional about your learning. You need to be active and aware of what you're doing. And so that time that you're going to jot down is how much time you actually spent learning, right? So let's say for the YouTube video, I watched 1,800 words that you should know in this language. I did lesson 18 in the workbook. I listened to class101.com's podcast, and then I learned the phrases in Duolingo, right? And again, we have Avi. Look, see, I even put it in Korean. I like making my own stickers for like my own situations. So a lot of the stickers that you're going to see in my sticker shop are like stickers that I realized I needed for my journals. So if you need any, let me know. Give me some good ideas of what kind of stickers you would want for your planners. But overall, it's been super helpful keeping me accountable. It's been super helpful to see what days I did really well in my language journey, what days I kind of slacked, and a really great way to track how I'm progressing in my language journey. Language tracker, a lot of fun. If you want to dedicate an entire Hobonichi to language learning, there will be a video on that soon and how I'm using my Hobonichi to learn a language. Okay, the next idea that we have is weather tracking. I'm going to be honest, I can kind of see why you would want to do this. I do see a lot of people do it. But some reasons that I came up with how you could possibly integrate this into your life or your journaling structure is one, you're planning out activities, right? Let's say you're like a fashion journaler and you like making and planning your outfits out, knowing what the weather is for the day or how it, like knowing what the weather is for the day or for the week is a really good and helpful tool to help you plan your outfits. Another way is to see how your moods are affected by the weather outside. And just in general, I feel like it's just a relaxing activity. It's a creative way to kind of use your months if you don't really know what to do with it. I think personally there's better ways, but if you have found a way to integrate a weather tracker into your journal some way, somehow, and why you use it, I would love to know. Personally, like why is it important to you? How do you use it? What do you like about it? Because it was a little bit difficult for me, but it was popular. I see a lot of people do this, and it could look really nice. It looks awesome, right? Like having the stickers for it, boom, quick, in, out. But I think I'm all about functionality, so I want to know that there's a reason why you're doing this, not just to make it look nice. But I'm a functional person, so I know a lot of people journal to make it look nice, and that's a really important aspect of the journaling. So I'm not here to judge, I'm here to understand. So please let me know. The next idea is going to be monthly doodles. Now, monthly doodles is something that I currently do in my personal Hobonichi. And so this was from January. So this is my actual personal Hobonichi here. Yeah, I just went in and doodled one little picture a day. That's it. Like sometimes you just want to be artistic. You want to be creative. You want to have a creative outlet and you want to make your journal visually appealing. Okay. Yes, I like function and I didn't know what to use that one. I know I'm being a hypocrite. What I just said, don't judge me, but sometimes I just want to draw. I want to use my watercolors and shit. Damn. You know what? Listen, man, it's fun. It could be fun. It's just like a source of comfort for me, and encouragement, like for me to foster those artistic skills. Anyway, yes, just having a monthly doodle, you can set themes for yourself. Here, just the theme was like random everyday objects. I've seen people have like a Japanese theme, the same way you would theme like a bullet journal or journal in general. Just pick a theme for the month. The amount of challenges that you could find on social media, like monthly doodle challenges, are infinite. You could even go probably to ChatGPT and be like, make me a monthly doodle challenge, and it'll give you exactly what you should be drawing every day. Super fun way to use the monthly view. I feel like it's low effort, low commitment with a lot of good stuff that comes out of it. Okay. It's fun. It's a good way to be creative. It looks cool. And yeah, I'm a fan of the monthly doodles. Now I sound like an asshole about the weather tracker, but don't judge me. Next idea, daily quotes. So here, I'm a really big quote kind of person. Like I have a lot of quotes in my Notion. I have a lot of quotes in my notes on my phone, like my notes app. So whenever I'm listening to a book or I'm listening to a podcast, I always have a notebook on hand, because if they say something really cool that I feel like really pertains to my life or will pertain to my life, is motivating or makes me sad, whatever it is, if I hear somebody say something that really affects me emotionally, I write it down. And I think it's a really cool way to kind of just explore yourself. Like, here's some of my favorite quotes, or like recent quotes that I like jotted down in my notes anytime I just hear them out in the world. Okay. Like this one's by Benjamin Franklin. For every minute spent organizing, an hour is earned. Knowing yourself is the beginning of all wisdom. When you can't stay motivated, stay consistent. Learning happens when you work past frustration. No one is going to believe in you until you've already done it. It's just a long line of quotes that I hear from books, conversations, out in the world. I love reading them. I'm the kind of person that does get affected by those motivational videos. Like, you can do it. I know sometimes like they have that toxic notion to them, like that toxic masculinity, but hey, it works sometimes. Sometimes when I'm feeling down and I hear that stuff and I'm seeing other people be happy and successful and what they've done to succeed, it motivates me. So motivation isn't all. There's consistency, perseverance, and discipline, and that's all part of the equation. But sometimes a little bit of motivation is what you need. So those daily quotes can do that for you. For example, on this Hobonichi page, on this multi-page, I picked video game quotes. Bonus points in the comment section if you know where any of these quotes are from, if you could name the game. What is better, to be born good or to overcome your evil nature through great effort? Of course, war never changes. Thank you, Mario, but our princess is another castle. That one was easy. That one doesn't count. If you put that in the comments, that one doesn't count. But having daily quotes, I think, is just a really cool way to just have like daily inspiration, daily reflection. Again, it's going to foster like that positive mindset, you know? Really fun, easy way to fill up your monthly pages. Creative. You can use any stickers that you want, color all over it, whatever you need to do, but the quotes is fun to have. The next idea is content planning. So what you're seeing right now is how I use the Hobonichi Weeks, but like monthly page for content planning. But I think there's two ways that you could use this, as a content planner or as a content tracker. So I use it specifically as a content tracker. So I put these stickers here, right? When I post a YouTube video, I'll post the YouTube sticker. I'll make a little YouTube sticker, post it, and the title of the YouTube video that I made. Same with all of these stickers. So if I make an Instagram post, I'll put a little Instagram sticker, what the post was about. That way, I get an overall view of how much effort and time I put into my content, right? Like how many times I posted, was I being consistent? Now, the other side of that is that you could use it for content planning. So what days you're supposed to post what, right? You don't have to use the stickers. I just like the way it looks. The stickers, I made those stickers specifically because of that, to kind of show when I did what. But you can go in and start planning your entire month out ahead of time, so you know what content needs to be made by when, because that's the day that it needs to be posted. So Tuesday, I have one Instagram post, 2 tweets, 1 thread, and a YouTube video that needs to go out. Put the titles, and it's a really good way to get an overall view of what your month is going to look like when planning your content. Like I said, I'm really bad at planning content too far ahead of time, because if I find another video that's more exciting to me, I will abandon one to go to the other one, because I will be more motivated to do the one I'm more excited about than the one I had previously planned. So I try to only plan a few videos ahead. Having a whole month for me of planned content ahead of time would probably save me an infinite amount of stress, but I think I work a little bit better just like, hey, I feel like making this video now, so I'm gonna go do that. So I use it as a content tracker. You can use it as a content planner. This is how I would use it. And yeah, I like that. Next and final one is going to be a workout or health tracker. This is also how I use a Hobonichi like monthly page. This is actually specifically the Night Owl Planner by Owl Planner. So what you see there is kind of what I've done here. So let's explain how I use this. So let's go a little bit deep. This is, I would say it's an overall health tracker, but you can call it a workout tracker if you're only doing specific workouts. The way I do it, right, is first, of course, the categories. Again, I would do this with mild liners. So the way my workout splits are set up is upper body, lower body, not push pull, not specific like muscle groups, but I do upper body, lower body, and I switch on and off. That's how I've been doing it for the past 2 months. I've been feeling great in terms of strength and everything. It's been awesome. Then on this side, this is again how I was tracking my stuff. This is to give you an idea. This isn't how I was saying you should do it, but this is how I was doing it. So I had my starting weights and then ending weights. Here, and every day, okay, I kind of track a few things. Hours of sleep. I've been tracking my sleep for the past like 5 years. It's important for me. So I'll track how many hours and minutes I slept. What I worked out for the day. Did I do upper body, lower body? Again, makes me sure that helps me make sure I'm varying my work plan and I'm not just focusing on upper body too much or lower body too much. Again, the consistency and variation is important when working out. If I did cardio, I put down how much I walked or ran and how long the overall cardio session was, the amount of protein that I consumed in the day, because I am trying to build muscle while losing fat. So I'm trying to maintain the muscle while losing fat. And there's plenty of research. I'm not a fitness expert. I've just done a little bit of research that says protein is really important for me. So I try to make sure that I'm above a certain threshold when it comes to protein consumption. Then the little blue balls are how much water, like how many cups of water I had throughout the day, or that's how you can use it, or each one can count for 2 cups since there might not be enough space to track every single cup of water. And then finally, what I do for every day is you'll see that I'll put a little green dot or a little red dot. Meaning green, I was in a calorie deficit for the day, because I would do this in my weekly view where I would track every single thing that I ate for the day, calorie counting. Again, I know that's not everybody's cup of tea. That's the best way that I saw I was losing weight. So if I'm in a calorie deficit, I'll put green. If I was in a calorie surplus, red. I personally want to see as much green as I can in a monthly view. And this is a great way to have an overview of your month. Like, how did you do overall, right? You don't have to be super strict with everything. Like, I don't count every single macro. I don't do, my carbs and sugar and all that stuff. I mean, I try to not have sugar as much as I possibly can, but you can track your health in an infinite amount of ways. You can do your specific workouts on this page, right? You can track things like rest days, like what did you do? You can track walking, your pace per mile if you're walking. There's a lot of ways that you can track. If you want to do the individual day and how much you're losing a day, like track your weight every single day, you could also do that daily. That's a little bit obsessive, probably not best for your mental health if you're tracking every single day. Personally, just kind of kills me, so I stopped doing that. But this is one of my favorite ways to use the monthly pages in my Hobonichi. Currently using it in a Night Owl by Owl Paper. I absolutely love this planner, so good. Still need to make the video about it, don't get mad at me. But these are all the ideas that I came up with on how you can use your Hobonichi weeks or any Hobonichi planner monthly views. Because I was mad, okay? I was pissed that I had all these, people were telling me all these ideas, but nobody was really showing me how they were doing it. And if they did, I wanted it to look nice. And I was like, I'm not judging you, but it's kind of ugly. So these are kind of ugly too, but there's a lot going on, and maybe I have ADHD or something. Yeah, I just like seeing a lot of stuff on the page. It makes me feel like I'm doing something. I think this is just a deeper reflection on who I am as a person. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you have any more ideas on how to use a Hobonichi monthly view, please put it down in the comments below. Again, I like my videos to be resources for people to come into, go down in the comments, be like, oh, you never thought of that. Explain how you use it, how you like to use it, how long you've used it, okay? Anything that you can give us. on how to use monthly pages. If you're planning on using any one of these, or you do in the future, come back to the video, comment, let me know how you've been using, how it's worked for you. Again, my sticker shop is open. You can go in and get a lot of these little workout stickers, like Avi workout, Avi water intake. There's a lot. Avi is my little personal character that I made for my sticker shop. If you want to support me or the channel, make sure to grab some stickers down below. And if you like this video, make sure to comment, leave a like, and subscribe. I appreciate you guys endlessly. You have no idea. I'll catch you guys in the next video. Peace.